I want to say congrats to everybody who filed to run for office, and we're finally moving forward.
We have a few people sitting here, or at least one that looks like they're going to, or two actually, that's going to be unopposed. So congratulations. Maybe that might be premature, but if not, congratulations. So, and then I do want to. Well, do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. I was just going to say, does anybody have any questions or comments? Okay. Like always, our contact information is on the county website and everything. And I do want to point out that later on the agenda tonight that my wife and I do have a project on here. I want to make sure you guys know that has nothing to do with my county commission or anything like that. So I just want to state that for the record.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
GT County Road Commission report.
Good evening, Commissioners. Alan Lehman, Grand Traverse County Road Commission. I have a short list. Your Blue Star SAD is underway. The first course of paving is done. I know Elmer's was in their paving approaches today. I think the second course will go quite quickly. The weather's warming up. The Garfield and Potter Road roundabout is working, well in progress. It is on schedule, I'm told, for a June 22nd completion. Tomorrow there's a meeting with a couple of the stakeholders for the Jefferson Avenue SAD, which has not gone well, and we're still looking for solutions for that. Prices for little projects are really high, and the SAD did not come in within our budget estimates. Apparently, this Thursday, we have on our agenda to accept some marijuana money, and I don't know how much that the county is allocating to us. That we're hoping to apply to Town Line Road. If anybody's driven Town Line Road in the this spring, it's more horrid than ever, and we're hoping to bring that around and have that into place when our 3 Mile project is done next year. This is actually something they're hoping to sneak in, if that's what you want to call it, this season, so that when 3 Mile is under reconstruction, that will be the official detour. Otherwise, the official detour has to be Garfield, which is obviously quite a bit further away. And the last thing is Wayne Schoonover, our county highway engineer, who's a really, really experienced guy, is announced that he's going to retire. And he drives from Boyne City every day. We are really going to miss him, and somebody of his caliber is really going to be hard to replace. He's had a whole career with MDOT and with 3 road commissions. He's just a great resource, and we're really going to miss him. And I'm just acknowledging that. I'll take any questions if you have them. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Chloe, Treasurer's report.
So not much exciting going on, but the first quarter of the year we do usually have an influx of cash from our winter tax collection. We collect from December to February for the winter tax, so that's why you see up in the general fund a large increase. So I kind of, at this time of year, usually I look at all of our cash and decide where best to put the money, depending on what the experts think the market might be doing. So that's kind of what I'm in the process of doing with that. There's nothing really else exciting on here. The tax fund went down, and that's just because I dispersed the money out. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Nope. Any questions for Chloe?
Some nice CD, right?
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
That-
Okay, the next is unfinished business, and the first item on the agenda is the consideration of Resolution 2024-T10, concurring with the Gauthier redevelopment brownfield plan.
Hi, everyone. Will Bartlett from Keel Capital. As a reminder, we introduced this project late last month to the Township Board, and then had a preliminary conceptual review with the Planning Commission. I'm just going to restate a couple of the particulars about the project and talk a little bit about the brownfield program. That said, I may lean on and ask our consultant, Mac McClelland, and then Ann Jameson, the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority administrator for Grand Traverse County, to come up and make any comments that they would like. But high level, this is a 149 unit apartment complex prospective development. Slight change in the unit count. We, taking some feedback that we got from Planning Commission, who asked that we shift more of shift the buildings further away from 31, and trying to be respectful to some comments around stormwater management. We went from 4 buildings down to 3, more green space, et cetera, and further away from US 31. So now there are 3 buildings with a total of 149 units. The other particulars that I laid out in the last meeting remain the same in terms of the overall particulars of the rents and the brownfield plan. To refresh your memory, the rents will be capped at 100%, or at a level corresponding to 100% of AMI. Those levels are set by MISTA, the State Housing Development Authority, and they set those levels such that someone at a particular income level, in this case 100% of area median income, pays no more than 30% of their income toward rent. And so that is the level that the county brownfield authority has set, and our program outlines a 20-year period, and every year, in order to get a reimbursement of a portion of our real estate taxes coming back to the project, we'll have to send our rent roll to MISTA and have them verify our rents. And in the event that the rents were higher than that 100% AMI level, we wouldn't get the TIF dollars back. So that's a way to keep us in check, not that we would kind of violate the parameters of the program. One key point about brownfield that I wanted to reiterate is this program is great, particularly for municipalities, because it captures the state taxes. If you look at the dollars that would be coming back to this project to help make it financially feasible, about 61% of the overall support is coming from the state. Only about 12% is coming from the township, and then the remainder is the county and other kind of local and regional tax dollars that are captured. So there's our draft brownfield plan is in the packet, and there's a resolution asking for your support, and we would be extremely appreciative. We're really excited about trying to deliver this desperately needed workforce housing to the township and to Grand Traverse County. I guess my last point before I ask Ann and Mac if they have anything to add is that just a reminder on process. This is kind of the first step in a multi-step approval process. We're asking for and hoping to receive the board's support tonight. That would be followed by, on Thursday, a meeting with the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority, asking for their support, which would then kick it, hopefully, assuming positive steps in steps 1 and 2, to the county in May. So, Ann, Mac, anything to add?
I'll just jump 2 seconds. Good evening. Thank you, everybody, for considering support for this brownfield plan. We've been working with the development team at the county and with the township for over, I'd say, about 5-6 months now, really drilling down on the financial analysis for this project and vetting to make assurances that, what they're proposing in terms of the request for the reimbursement of TIF, proportional to the rent loss, as well as proportional to some of the site preparation activities and infrastructure improvements that they're proposing. It's in line with MISTA's housing TIF guidelines and is in line with the county's proposed guidelines. Ours are a little stricter than MISTA's, but I just wanted to say that overall financial analysis fully vetted with pro formas, and I think they had presented last time the presentation that included the debt service coverage ratio balance between the project working with the TIF and the project not working without the TIF, which was part of our financial vetting. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have probably heard enough from me, so I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, any questions? I don't.
Does the board have any questions? Make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we adopt Resolution 2024-10-T, resolution of concurrence on the Gauthier property for Brownfield plan.
Support.
We have a motion and a support to adopt Resolution 2024-10-T. Any questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Yes.
Yes.
McCumber,
Yes.
Muckle,
Yes,
and McManus.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
And next item of business is the consideration of Resolution 2024-09-T, adopting Township Trustees salary. Laney?
This was brought to the board last week, and so I did a little, there were some questions about what were the $50 meetings and how it was just laid out on our timesheet, on our last trustee salary resolution. And so I went back and checked, and all of the subcommittee meetings were $50 meetings. Every one of them were listed as that. And so Chuck and I talked, if the board were so inclined, we thought it should probably go up a little bit because it's been at $50 for a long time. But it's up to the board. And if they have any questions or if they want to change something, this is the time to do it.
Any questions?
So you've added another committee, you've put in the building committee.
I added every committee
Every
that gets
committee that-
appointed by this board with
Right.
recommendation by the supervisor. And our board votes on all those committees.
Just to clarify, like, such as the meetings as one of our township trustees went to, it was non-decision making. So that should come under at then $50, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yes,
think it
Sally.
was to clarify the specific meetings that you get $125 for are ones where the supervisors appointed you and the board has approved it. The other meetings are ancillary meetings.
Right.
And, I mean, they're very important, and they can be quite time-consuming.
Absolutely.
From time to time, you have a lot of meetings, but, yeah, I agree with this resolution.
I do too.
I do
It
too.
clarifies everything that was a concern, so.
And is $60, do you think, enough for those subcommittees? Or would you like to do more or less? Or how would you guys feel about that?
How long's it been since it changed?
It was
do you know?
$50. It's been that way for
About 12 years that I remember.
yeah, or more. So we thought at least 60, it should go up to at
Price of
least
gas, I
60.
guess.
And then if you wanted it to be more of a $65, $75 meeting, that's up to the board.
I'm personally good with that.
I'm fine. with
I'm
that.
fine with 60.
Okay, then we need a,
Yep,
we
we
need
need
to
a
approve
motion.
it. Motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve Resolution 2024-09-T, a resolution adopting Township Trustee salary.
Support.
Been moved and supported by Chris and seconded by Molly. Any comments? All those in favor? Oh, I'm
Aye.
sorry, do we need a roll, I'm sorry,
It's a
I'm
money
sorry.
thing.
Hey, I'm new at this, come on.
Marcia,
You're not new, you're just
Marcia,
rusty. Yes.
Augustinelli,
Yes.
McManus,
Yes.
McCumber. Yes. And Schmuckel.
Yes. Okay, the next order of business is new business, which is public hearing for consideration of Culver Meadows Senior Living Conditional Rezoning Resolution 2024-08-T. John?
Yeah, just do a brief overview of the application. The township received an application for conditional rezoning of two parcels. One of the parcels is the existing Culver Meadows Senior Living Facility on Northwest Silver Lake Road. That project, that development was actually approved back in 2008 under the previous zoning ordinance as a special use permit. The ordinance was changed in 2015, so that basically made that situation a legal non-conforming use as it currently stands. The applicant is interested in conditionally rezoning that parcel as well as an adjacent parcel for a new senior living facility, adult foster care, large group home, and potentially in the future a child care center, to rezone that, both of those parcels from R1, one-family residential, to a agricultural district. So it would be essentially a downzoning. Those uses are permitted in the agricultural district. This would allow those to operate. No other uses would be permitted at those locations under the conditions that were offered by the applicant under a conditionally rezoning application. So this has been reviewed by the Planning Commission. There was an introduction, public hearing, and findings of fact, and a recommendation made back on March 13th by the Planning Commission for approval. The board received this back on March 26th as an introduction, and for your consideration is action today after the public hearing. That's all.
Okay. So I would like to open up the public hearing. Anybody wishing to speak at the public hearing? I will close the public hearing and bring it back to the board.
Make a motion if there's no questions.
Okay.
Okay. There's three different motions, so I'll make them all separately. I'd like to make a motion that the Planning Commission's recommended findings of fact for the application Z 2023-04 has provided in PD Report 2024-27, and forming part of this motion be approved.
Support.
Can you tell me what page you're on so I can write
Page
that?
10 of 10.
Thank you very much. Okay, there's a motion by Chris and seconded by Chloe to adopt the Planning Commission's recommended findings and facts for the application Z-2023-04 as provided in the PD report. Is there any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
You don't need a roll call.
I think we need a roll
Is that
call.
why you're looking? She wants a roll call.
You should need to tell me this beforehand.
Sorry.
I told you I'm new at this. And we would like a roll call, please.
Barshef,
Yes.
McCumber,
Yes.
Augustinelli,
Yes.
McManus,
Yes.
and Schmuckel.
Yes.
All right, I'd like to make a second motion that application Z-2023-04 submitted by Culver Meadow Senior Living Incorporated to conditionally rezone parcels number 05-030-008-50 and 05-030-008-45 in the A agricultural district, subject to the applicant's proposed statement of conditions and constituting amendment number 40 to Garfield Township Ordinance number 68, be approved based on the adopted findings of fact and for the reasons set forth in PD Report 2024-27, and is subject to the following conditions, A through B, as indicated in PD 2024-27. Prior to any construction of the proposed child care center, a wetland delineation shall be completed and verified in accordance with Section 534, and stormwater review by the township engineer is required.
Support.
It has been moved by Chris and supported by Chloe to adopt application Z 2023-04. That's all I'm going. And I would like a roll call vote, please.
Barshef,
Yes.
McCumber,
Yes.
Augustinelli,
Yes.
McManus,
Yes.
and Schmuckel.
Yes.
And a final motion that Resolution 2024-08-T for adopting amendment number 40 to Garfield Township Ordinance number 68, conditionally rezoning parcels number 05-030-008-50 and 05-030-008-45 to the A agricultural district, subject to the applicant's proposed statement of conditions, be adopted.
Support.
There's been a motion by Chris and seconded by Chloe that Resolution 2024-08-T be adopted. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Barsha?
Yes.
McCumber?
Yes.
McManus?
Yes.
Gustinelli?
Yes.
Muckle?
Yes. Thank you.
Quick comment.
Yes, sir.
I just want to commend the Jewetts for taking on this project because you're filling a much-needed void in the community with
Yes.
senior living and childcare, as we know. So thank you.
We appreciate you. Now to public comment. Is there any public that would like to make a comment?
Jeez.
Brad Jewett, 1745 Northwest Silver Lake Road, Traverse City, Michigan, 49685. I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of my wife and Connor for approving this.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. We appreciate it.
Nice work.
Nice work. Back to the board. Oh, I'm sorry.
Good evening, Jessica Brutzman, 737 Northeast Silver Lake Road, Traverse City, 49685. I was just coming up to announce that I have filed for trustee to run for Garfield Township, and I hope to get to know you all a little better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comment? Back to the board. Do we have any other business? Chloe.
We have, for our branding committee, they want to meet with the board, as many members as we can, for a visioning session. It's on April 30th at 4:30 PM.
What is this for? I'm
Is that right,
sorry.
John? This is for branding. So they're trying to get to know the community, figure out who Garfield is. There's going to be taking a tour with John that day. And then they're going to be interviewing also some business owners, stakeholders. So if you guys can think of
Residents.
people too, that would be residents, anyone that would be good to interview. But they are going to do, hopefully with the full board, a session at 4:30. So
If
you can
you're
make it.
available, it's not required. If you
Yeah.
happen to be
But we
available.
want everyone's input.
I'm going to be in Arizona.
I have a question on that. Since it's going to be the full board, don't we have to post it?
If the full board meets, yes, it will need to be posted.
That's a good point. So,
Yeah,
do
so
we
please
need to
let
post
us
it as a
know
meeting?
if you're
Yeah.
going to be attending, and we'll make sure that
Is it here?
you'll be in this room.
Okay.
And then, yeah, if you can think of any business owners, stakeholders, anyone you think would be good to interview that would represent the township, send it over to John and he can invite them. She's going to do like 20-minute interviews with them, right?
Yeah, she's got, on the afternoon of the 30th, she's got about 8 or 9 slots available, or she just wanted to kind of get a sense of Garfield and the community, so prominent citizens, business owners, whoever that would be, kind of give us some good insight into our community.
They seem to do a really in-depth branding process because they also,
Yes.
do they do a survey too? Is that
Yeah.
part of
we
the,
talked about
they'll
doing a
survey our
survey as
residents,
well.
they do, it's all included in the.
So I
Process.
will plan on attending, and you will be there. Chris, will you be there?
I'm on the committee,
Okay.
so I'd rather have somebody else answer questions or.
But I mean, we're talking about, so we
Oh.
have to post it. And I will be there.
You just need a
Laney?
quorum.
I'm going to try to be there, so we'll need to post it. If
We'll
there's
just
gonna
go
be
ahead and
public-
post it.
We're just posting it.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yep.
That'll be good.
So what time would that be?
4:30, she
That's
said?
4:30,
on the
April
30th.
30th.
Yeah, I should be able to attend.
Okay, so that's 4 right there, so we'll definitely have to post it. Thank you, Laney. Any other business? Need a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.